Hey NCU students, how are you today? Welcome to week 3. This week we're studying the capacity issue and capacity planning topics. I was looking in the book and just wanted to bring your attention to at least a number of things that are in the book that are important, of course. This is all in chapter 4. So pay attention to that capacity model. It's an equation, and it's expressed, capacity of your operation is expressed as a product of the time available against the efficiency and against the utilization. And efficiency and utilization, by the way, they're usually expressed as like a decimal number less than 1. So it might be like 0.75 or 0.9 or that sort of thing. So just be aware of that. That's on page 119. Pay attention to that particular equation. The math isn't hard with it, but it's important to understand the relationship between the capacity and then those 3 factors of available time, efficiency, and utilization. And the more you can increase any of those 3 factors, the more the capacity in your operation goes up, and you want more capacity. Okay? But you don't want to overcapacitize. You don't want to have to buy a lot and then not use it either. So keep that in mind. Let's see, a couple other notes here. Yeah, in most plants and service operations, the available time, those 3 factors of time, efficiency, and utilization, time is usually a constant. It's 8 hours a shift. And so if you got one shift, it's 8 hours a day, 16 hours a day, 24 hours a day, or something close to 24 hours a day. Usually doesn't plan. Nobody usually plans for a solid 24 hours a day. They leave some downtime, planned downtime for maintenance and that sort of thing. But you understand the available time is usually fixed. What varies is efficiency and utilization. Efficiency is the ratio of, you put an hour of work in, you expect an hour of work of product out on the other side, whatever you plan for. So if you work an hour and you expect 10 widgets to be produced, then you better get 10 widgets. If you get something less, your efficiency is less than 1. All right, a lot of reasons why that doesn't happen. The second thing you need to worry about is utilization. Both efficiency and utilization are the variables that oftentimes will kill operations. Okay, utilization factors might also include things that impact utilization would be unplanned downtime where your equipment goes down. Maybe you run the line out of parts. Maybe, heaven forbid, you have a meeting. Okay, meetings take away from if you're pulling people out of the core of your operation to go to a meeting, then they're not producing for you, and your utilization will go down, so your capacity will sink as well. So keep those things in mind. All those things are going to interfere with your operations capacity. And think on those variables, the time variable, the efficiency variable, and the utilization variable, especially the efficiency and the utilization variables. Think on those when you're doing your signature assignment, as you're planning for that. Those types of things are the things where your opportunities are to fix things, repair things, change things. We talk about the 4 modes of problem solving. That's what you dive into to figure out, if your efficiency isn't 1, why isn't it 1? If your utilization isn't 1, or like 1.0 or 100%, if you will, why isn't it 100%? That's where your opportunities are going to be for both this class and the signature assignment, but just in everyday work as well, focusing on efficiency and utilization areas. So also be sure to watch the video on efficiency, effectiveness, and value. Oftentimes we mix those terms together, efficiency, effectiveness, and value. We use them as synonyms or interchangeably. They're not the same thing, so I encourage you to take a look at that. Also, go through the optional lesson material that's being provided this week on fulfillment centers. There's a lot of talk about Amazon is going to be putting in a brand new fulfillment center someplace across the nation. Even Detroit, just down the road from me, about 60 minutes, has a bid in for the Amazon fulfillment center. A lot of talk out there right now about fulfillment centers. So, talk about capacity of fulfillment centers. This optional set of lessons talks about the impact of technology on those fulfillment centers. You might find it interesting. A little bit of time on watching the videos. And again, the purpose of these optional materials is just to push on your thinking a little bit more and get you to think at a more complex and abstract level about technology, the impact on your everyday lives, and the impact in this case on fulfillment centers. Okay. All right. I think that's all I have for right now. And listen, you guys are doing great on your papers. I'll have them all graded by Monday night. That would be, I guess, the 6th. Tomorrow, the 6th. And you're doing really well on those. I appreciate the effort and the work you put into them. So remember this, just like I always want to remind you, remember that God is on his throne. He's always been there, and he's always going to be. Thanks, and have a great day.